Jury is a growing social media star.
Give me all ideas in the comments.
The 15-year-old has more than 1.2 million followers on TikTok. But last summer, her family says one of those followers showed up at the family's Florida home with a gun.
Somebody had attempted to breach the door with, I presume, the shotgun.
Ava's father, Rob, a retired police lieutenant, sprang into action, saying he eventually shot the intruder.
At that point, I took action and neutralized the threat.
The Majury say the alleged gunman was Eric Justin, an obsessed fan who sent Ava hundreds of messages on her social media accounts. Ava's parents say at one point they allowed their daughter to sell the 18-year-old 2 selfies she had already posted online, and that he also paid her classmates for information about Ava. But they say Justin then started asking Ava for explicit photos.
I had an opportunity to actually text this person and say, hey, she's a minor and we need to not contact her anymore, and we notify the authorities.
The day of the shooting, authorities telling local media a man was shot and killed while attempting a home invasion without releasing any names. No one was arrested at the time. Overnight, the Collier County Sheriff's Office sent the NBC News a heavily redacted police report, calling the case an ongoing investigation. After the incident, the family moved and Ava started homeschooling.
Everything has changed. More security on our end, more reviews with accounts, more checking in, just trying to be normal for Ava.
Despite the terrifying ordeal, Ava is still posting on social media.
Even afterwards, people seem to say, why would you allow this to continue? It became such a part of her personality and her being that to take it away would maybe harm her more.
One of her latest posts, a warning to others, writing on Instagram, I hope my experience will be a teaching moment for not just my friends, but social media users of all ages and backgrounds. Ava's dad telling us this was a stand-your-ground situation, and police told him the shooting was deemed justified, but authorities would not comment on that overnight. We reached out to TikTok for comment about this specific story, and a spokesperson sent us their company's guidelines for users under the age of 16, saying, our platform is designed with the safety of minors in mind, and some of our features are age-restricted. But guys, this is just an incredible cautionary tale.
Yeah, an extraordinary story. Parents will have to take some lessons away from that one. Gabe, thanks so much.
Okay, so y'all just heard that right there, and this is a picture of Ava and her dad right here, and y'all heard that in the interview about this stalker coming to her house, after becoming so obsessed with her. Now, keep in mind, like they said in the interview, that the stalker was 18 and she's 14, so technically anything that he could have came there to been doing, and I'm not going to go into detail, would have made him look really suspect. Well, first of all, he would have been suspect regardless of the age of just showing up to anyone's house, point blank, period, unannounced or uninvited. So the fact that, the dad, like I said, sprung into action and he did what he had to do to protect his daughter and his family, because who knows what this guy would have done to the rest of them. I commend him on that aspect because he had to protect his family. He had to protect his daughter. Now, with that being said, I have to speak on the flip side of this. What in the world were they thinking, allowing their 14-year-old daughter, and I'm talking about the dad and his wife, because she was there too. I just don't have her in this picture because the main focal point was him and her. What were they thinking, allowing their 14-year-old daughter to sell her pictures, well, 2 of them anyway, to this obsessed fan? Why did you think that was a good idea? There's no way. But see, here's the thing. They say she has 1.2 million followers on TikTok. So she's making money off of this. She's practically made a career of it. So they see their daughter, as far as I'm concerned, as a cash cow. She's making money. So that's why they're not going to take her off the platform, because she's pretty much popular. I'm very sure that she has a verified check mark. People might be aware of who she is, especially now because her life was in danger. So she's being known for something that's rather unfortunate rather than fortunate. But why would you even engage this person or have her engage this person? That's not smart. And then they said that the stalker went even further after he got those pictures to asking her for explicit imagery, and then going even further to paying people who knew her to get information about her. Like, this guy took stalking to another level. When you start paying money to other people to get stuff on other people, then that's when you should be worried. You should be worried regardless, but you should be really worried about that. So like I said, while I commend the dad for doing what he had to do to protect his family, I also side-eye not only him but his wife, her parents, for allowing her to stay on the platform. Mind you, she's only 14, and selling her pictures to this guy, I guess hoping that he would stop, and it didn't stop. It just escalated. So yeah, that's why I've always said that there should be an age limit for kids getting on social media, because you don't know who these people are. You don't know who these people are on social media. You don't know who they are on these gaming streams. They could be anybody, asking to meet up. I've seen enough SVU episodes where kids go and meet up with people that they think are other kids, and it turns out to be some child predator. It happens all the time because it's the easiest way to lure unsuspecting victims to anywhere, because they know children are very impressionable. A lot of them like to be rebellious, especially if they're in that rebellious stage. She's 14. She's in that rebellious teenage years, and she's a female. The rebellious of a female teenager and the rebelliousness of a male teenager are two different rebellious stages. Trust me on this. Many of you who have children, who, if you had children that are grown now, y'all could have stories for days about how your kids acted when they were a teenager. And you can say that when if you had a male teenager and a female teenager, you can sit there and say that they did not act the same. They acted very differently, especially since there are a lot of internal things that a female goes through that a boy would not. Because what I've noticed is that, let's say for puberty, for example, when a boy goes through puberty, his is more physical. Like, it's more on the surface. When a woman goes through puberty, hers is both on the surface and internal. I'm not going to go into detail about that. So when they start to change, or when their bodies start to change, that rebellious stage gets even more intensified. And in this age of social media, in the age of these raging hormones, anything is possible. Anything can happen. And I'm going to be honest. In some of the pictures that I see of this girl, she's 14, but in some of the pictures, the way that she has her face made up, I don't know if those are filters or makeup, she appears older. Now, right here, she appears to be a little bit younger. But let me pause it right quick. Right here, she looks older. She looks like she could have been around the same age as her stalker. 16, maybe 17 at the least. But if y'all was to look at this picture and I had to ask y'all to guess her age, I bet you 14 would have never crossed your mind. But yeah, like, thanks to these filters and these makeup tutorials on social media, some of these girls out here are making themselves appear older, and that stalker probably thought she was older. Unless she had her age in her bio, because some people will put their age in their bio. Now, she didn't have it there, they probably thought she was older, but if she did have it there and he still proceeded to stalk anyway, then yeah, that's a sick, twisted creep, who was now a sick, twisted, and dead creep, thanks to her dad. So I see both angles of this. I see that, yes, this person should have not let their urges get the best of them to the point where they went and stalked this person and showed up to their house unannounced, uninvited, and ended up losing their life. But on the flip side, her parents need to be a little bit better when it comes to their daughter's usage of social media. And the questionable thing of having her sell 2 images to this person in hopes that they will back off. Nah, that wasn't it. That was not the best move. But at least she and her family are still good. But my thing is this: what's to stop the next stalker? You think that stalking ends with that one person? she may have another stalker out there that might try the same thing. Or they're smart enough after what happened to this now deceased one, they'll be smart enough not to try something because dad might be there. But what if dad isn't there? I hope that with this situation, that dad, especially him being an ex-cop, if he hasn't done so already, that he is taking his daughter and even the rest of his family, because I'm seeing a picture, they have other children. They have, I think 2 boys. I hope that they're taking them out to the range to protect themselves, or get her a taser or some mace, something she can carry around on her just in case, because she's out there. People recognize her, and because of this story, she's out there even more now. And we hear so many stories every single day about how girls go missing, or something happens to them, or they get picked up and thrown into a van, and then you never see them again. That's all I'm saying. But with that being said, I'm going to end the video on that note. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you are new. Make sure that you hit that bell to be notified every time I upload a new video or go live.